All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Little little late start to the shipping live. We have been shipping all morning. If you guys can see kind of behind us, the stack of packages we have back there, that was all from the whatnot from this weekend. So appreciate everybody who came out to that show. Was a ton of fun. That show definitely beat me up. I was definitely very, very tired after that show. We still have about 40 orders to ship from that show, but I have to make sure I get all my other platforms out first because those take priority. I can actually wait another day technically to ship out all the orders from that show and still be within standings and all that stuff. So, yeah, we have Posh and we have Bay orders to go out today. We have lots and lots. I ran a sale on my eBay store over the weekend, so I had a ton of sales there. I probably shouldn't have. I wanted to move some stuff, but on top of what we did this weekend, I probably should have waited to do a sale. But that's okay. I had to move some stuff for Black Friday. So I have like 7 to 10 Posh orders. All the rest are eBay. I think I have a total of like 40 orders going out the door from that stuff, and then all the other stuff. So it's gonna be a fun show. It's gonna be a fun live, not a show. I'm so tired already. We've been shipping out all the morning. I want to say this before we get started. I did have the K-Way giveaway show scheduled for today. For some reason, I scheduled it for 8 a.m. I saw a bunch of people in the chat. I meant to schedule it for 8 p.m. today, but we're actually going to move it till the 3rd. So if you're watching this on replay, make sure you go bookmark that live. That's an all giveaway show. We might run a couple items if people request because I'll probably have a lot of people in there. And I still have some leftover stuff from the Black Friday show. So if people want it, I'll run some stuff. But other than that, it's going to be all giveaways. Kayla's going to go and grab a whole bunch of stuff tomorrow. I'm talking AirPods, switches, all kinds of stuff. I don't know how much we're going to spend. We're going to spend a bunch. It's going to be like a giveaway show for not only the Whatnot crowd, but also for like our social media for like supporting us throughout the year and stuff. So we're going to give away some crazy stuff on that live. So make sure you bookmark it. I already moved it to Wednesday at 8 p.m. So if you're watching this on replay, make sure you go over there, sign up if you haven't signed up. Go through the link in my bio, go get your free $15, and then sign up for that show. Again, I might sell some stuff on that show. It's probably gonna be an all giveaway show. So come hang out. It's gonna be fun. What's up, Dang Varmint? Everybody's here. What's up, Dora? What's up, Lily? What's up, Juliet? Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, it was a fun show. That was a very, very fun show. So, is it just me or do you sound a little static? Do I have a little static? I have it hooked up to my mic. So if we're having issues, I can always unplug the mic and just go to the regular mic. I had a show on Friday too, but it was a bust, so I decided to do one Saturday last minute. Sold 58 pieces of jewelry. Let's go. Just randomly. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. You preset a show and it doesn't do good, and then other shows do really good that you don't preset. It's so weird. So weird. Jody here from WA. Let's go. I got the Jaden's label printer. Is that the one you use? Yes. Remind me of the name again. Yes, I use the Jaden's printer. I don't know what the model name is, but it's the one I have linked. I love this thing. I've been using it, subbed it out for the Dymo, and I've been using it and haven't had one issue yet with it. The only issue I've had is I put the labels in wrong one time and it slipped out a little holder and then it started printing weird. But other than that, it's been working really good. So that was a me mistake, not a Jaden's mistake. Appreciate all the heart me's. If you guys have any questions, static for you also? That's so weird. Hold on, let me try this. You guys are going to lose me for a second, and I'm going to come back in with a different mic. Boom. Let me know if that's better, if the second mic is working. If not, I can take it off. Little static. Okay, let me know if that kind of fixed it. If not, I can take the mic out. Maybe it's just the mic. Yeah, over here you guys should be clear. I'm not using a mic for TikTok. Should just be Facebook and YouTube. Let me know if that worked. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We're gonna move kind of quick today because I do have to get through this so I can ship out the rest. So, but the static was just me. Is it better now? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Facebook and YouTube. If not, second mic. Yes, second mic. Is it staticky or is it good? Remind me of your name again. Chris at Peak mentioned your name, but I forgot. Wayne. So K-Way Shop. K is Kayla. That's my wife. Way is me. That's Wayne. Shop. Okay. It must have been that first mic. That first mic I use more than this one, so I think it's going bad. Okay. Quick shipping live today. I'm going to move through this stuff really, really fast because like I said, I gotta move on to getting back to shipping all the rest of the orders for you guys. For those of you who bought on the show. Better? Okay, cool. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let me open up Nifty. I'm not even prepared for this show. Hopefully you guys had good weekend and Black Friday sales too. Let me know in the chat. Did you guys run any sales? How many items you sold? Like what was your strategy for this weekend? I put my whole eBay store on a 20% off sale, so I did have some good sales because of that. But let me know what your guys' strategy was. What did you do to get sales? Analytics. That's what I'm looking for. I should just go. I'm just going to go through Posh. It's going to be much easier just to do it through this way instead of going the opposite way through Nifty because I only have Poshmark sales today. Ooh, Bug's barking at something. Okay, I think we're ready. North Face pink sweater. Where is it at? North Face pink sweater sold for 25 bucks. We just listed it. It's one of those nice fluffy fuzzy sweaters, and it's a women's size medium, pink stripe going or pink zipper and a pink logo on the front. Those are always good to look out for. Sold really quick. We just listed this and it sold within like less than a week. So look out for these. Just wanted to do clothing show, but was tired. Come back from vacation. Jewelry is good. I mean, jewelry is a good niche to be in, Dora. I think that's a really good niche because people love jewelry. Ladies love jewelry, and they'll just buy it, even if it's not like super expensive jewelry. If it's just like almost like costume jewelry, ladies will bundle that stuff up, and shipping on that, it's got to be so easy. Do you have a specific video on taxes or no? I don't do any tax videos simply because you shouldn't trust, even me on the internet, you shouldn't trust me giving you tax advice. So what I would do is I would suggest you go see a tax professional for all your tax questions. I'm sure there's some videos elsewhere that give tax advice, but I personally don't. I'll say what I do in some cases, but I don't want to make a whole YouTube video on that. One reason too is there's a lot of people out there that are very, very particular with the way they do their taxes. So if you give advice, they're in your comments just telling you how they do it and their way is better. I think you should just go to a tax. There's plenty of them out there. I'd go see them this month if you're able to get in and kind of start talking about what you do and where all your income come from. If you have a second job, but you have a reselling income, let them know that. And then when you start doing your taxes, it'll be much easier. I got a tax lady that I use every single year. Her name is Carol Ann. She actually has a TikTok account. I've been using her every year. I think she's taking people in too. So I'll get with her. Maybe we can do a live together and then you guys can ask your tax questions to her. Had 20 sales. Let's go. Sold a lot of shoes, slippers, but not any boots, which was a surprise. That's weird. Boots not selling, but shoes and slippers selling over boots. I've been selling a lot of short sleeve stuff too. I think it's still, everybody still wears it all year round. So haven't started anything yet. Starting to take pics and logging into the computer today. Let's go. Awesome. Good afternoon. Yes, make my first sale today on eBay because of you. Let's go. So somebody's JMK is just starting their journey, hasn't started listing yet, but just about to start logging in, getting their stuff ready. And then we have Indy who made their first sale. Let's go. Awesome. But I don't like Indy too much. Indy's not a good place because that's where the Colts play. By the way, the Colts lost this weekend. It was a beautiful weekend. Titans, of course, lost. I don't even plan for them to win. But any week that the Colts lose is a good week. Just ask Surfs how he feels about the Colts. Anyways, Brooks Brothers blazer. This one's brand new with tags. The tag was underneath the collar. Always make sure you look under the collar for new with tag blazers. I have this in a video from a while ago. I think it was about a month or two ago I picked this up. Sold for $100. I think I paid $20 for this, if I can remember correctly. But good little sale. $100 for a Brooks Brothers blazer. This sold on Posh. What's up, Frenchie? I want to learn about legal stuff before I even start thrifting. So I'll say this, Andrea. This is not obviously tax advice, but most likely in your first year, or if you just start right now, you're not even going to sell enough to make it even a dent on your taxes. It's not like if you sell $1,000 worth of stuff that you're going to owe a ton to the IRS, especially if you work another job. You're most likely not going to owe anything because the taxes you already paid at your other job are going to cover all your taxes. The only time you really have to worry a lot about taxes is when you start getting to that like 100K in sales number, you're making like $20,000-$30,000 profit. That's when you got to start worrying. If it's just a side hustle, there's really nothing to worry about. A lot of people overthink it. I used to work at the post office. I was doing over 100,000 in sales, and there was many years where I didn't even owe money. I actually got money back, even though I did good profit that year, because the tax I paid from the post office covered all that. Taxes Kayla paid from her job covered all of it. So we're basically like a flat line. So what I'll say is you should probably just start selling because I think you're overthinking it. That's what I think. Eddie Bauer jacket. Women's Eddie Bauer medium goose down jacket. I used to list these a lot higher. Now I list these for like 25 to 35, depending on the size, especially a women's. If this was a men's, I would have listed a little bit higher. Took a best offer at 27 bucks. I had this listed for like 2 or 3 weeks and took a best offer on it because it's that time of year to sell these. So nice little sale. I pick these up at thrift stores. I find these all the time. Eddie Bauer is like one of those brands that thrift stores don't really price up, even if it's a nice jacket. So I grab these usually for $5. I sell them for 25 to 35. I was wondering if you do basic promoting or do you promote store with ad stuff? I do basic promoting. I do promoted listings at 9%. I wear shorts all year long. Facts. I'm wearing shorts right now. I live in Florida, so very, very rarely. I actually own quite a few pairs of jeans, but I probably don't even wear all of them every single year. Ran a sale on eBay, had 20 sales, 27 total sales, including Posh, eBay, Depop, Mercari. Let's go. People are getting some good sales. Yeah, this weekend was the weekend to run a sale if you were going to run one. You should still run one probably next weekend and the week after because a lot of people are still shopping. But just know you only have about 2 weeks left of prime time sales. Usually around the 17th to the 20th, you'll see a huge dip in your sales, and that's because people ordering packages understand that they're not going to get there before Christmas. So like prime time. Now you'll see us do 2 more WN shows from now until 2 weeks from now, and then we'll probably cut off WN shows. We'll probably take like a week or two vacation because it doesn't really make sense to do shows like right before Christmas because everybody's already bought all their gifts. And then you'll see a huge spike in sales after Christmas when people start getting the cash that they got from gifts and things like that. They got gift cards to certain sites and they're able to use those. But just understand you got 2 prime time weeks left. I know it feels like Christmas is 25 days away, but really you only have about 17-ish more days to make as much sales as you can. So take advantage of it. When you first started selling, did you have a resale certificate? No, I don't even have a resale certificate right now. Resale certificate to go in and get tax deductions from purchases. I don't have one. You don't need one. You can write off the taxes you pay as a cost. So you can either get it off in the beginning or get it off at the end. But I don't have one right now. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt, just a basic polo. I picked up a bunch of these from a wholesale supplier. The first deal was not that great. There was a lot of stains, a lot of flaws, so I'm trying to work with them to get better quality inventory so that way I can possibly pass the deal on to you guys. I paid $4 per unit on basic Polo Ralph Lauren polos, but the only issue was a lot of these polos had small stains. They had holes. The lapels, I think is what they're called, the V at the bottom, had a bunch of tears, like almost half of them had a tear down there. So this is coming from a rag house. I'm trying to get the quality up. I'm trying to make sure they understand that I can't take stuff like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So that way I can possibly list those lots on List It or have them personally list it. So that way you guys can have some of those lots for, I'd probably charge like $5 or $6 a unit for these, which is still great for polos. But yeah, the first deal wasn't that great. So I'm not going to pass that on until they actually understand that stuff has to be good. So. But this one was good. This one was excellent condition. It was actually performance, and it sold for $20 very, very fast. Very, very fast. Get it off when? What are you talking about, Amy? What are you talking about, Amy? You and Kayla with your dirty minds. I set up the free shipping on multiple items purchased after the customer purchases multiple items. How do I give the discount? Do I just refund them for the shipping? They have to purchase all the items. I got a restriction. That's okay. They have to purchase all the items in one order. They can't purchase them separately. So if they're doing that, then they don't get the discount. You don't really have to refund them shipping if you don't want to because they didn't follow through with what they're supposed to do to get the discount. But yeah, and once you set up the discount, it should go through. Also be aware that if you have multi-quantity listings and let's say they buy 2, let's say you have light bulbs listed and you have 100 light bulbs listed underneath one listing. If they buy 2 of those light bulbs, they don't get free shipping. It has to be 2 separate listings, which is, I think is wild to me. I think eBay needs to fix that. But just keep that in mind too. If you have a shirt, you have 2 size larges listed underneath the same listing with a quantity of 2 and they purchase both of them, they unfortunately won't get that discount, which again, I think is very stupid. Are certain red, white, and blues better than others? I'm like an hour-ish from all of them, maybe 115, hour 15 from Bradenton. So I'll say this, in our area, the most overpriced one, I hope they're listening to me right now, is Hillsboro. That store is outrageously priced. I have no clue why that store feels like their stuff is gold. If you go into that store, you'll walk in, Shelly, and you'll be like, this store is amazing. It has so much stuff. It has so much more stuff than all the other stores. But the only reason why is because nobody's buying from that store because their prices are absolutely astronomically wild. That's why I don't do live thrifting there anymore because the prices are so crazy. So all the other stores generally are pretty good price. There's some stores that price up certain brands, some stores that don't price up certain brands. So you just got to figure out like what the pricer in the back is doing. But for example, Hillsboro prices Untuckit shirts at 20 bucks, starting at 20 bucks, which is stupid. And the store right next to me, the Riverview store, prices theirs at 6. That's how they start their pricing, at 6. So I buy pretty much all Untuckits that are good sizes. I just go through and buy them right when they come off the fresh rack. But at Hillsboro, I can't do that. Hillsboro had OP, like an OP shirt, like an old OP shirt that had stains on it. They wanted $15 for that shirt. Like every single item on the rack was 15 bucks. So that store is getting destroyed right now because there's nobody going to it. So I'm sure in the next couple months they're going to adjust their prices. I hope the manager's listening to this because I know he watches a lot of my stuff. And he's the one that's pricing up everything. Every store he goes to, he swaps from store to store. He raises the prices. And I hope he understands that that's not the way to go. That should be opposite. If you want people to come back to your store, you got to price them accurately. The only time you ever buy stuff at that store is when it's 75% off. So I do have good hauls at that store because no other resellers go there. There's very few that go there anymore. They just go on the 75% off days. I never looked at the V's at the bottom until I had to return because of them. Yeah, always look at the V's at the bottom. Always, always, always. And this wholesaler didn't understand that either, and I get it because a lot of people don't. But that's a big no-no. Like people don't like those rips because that just means after you wash it a couple more times, it's gonna get destroyed. Carhartt. This is a men's Carhartt, like what do you call this? Like a snap button, or like not snap button. Yeah, it's snap button on the front. Henley, like a Henley, but it's like a pullover Henley. Got this in a bulk buy locally for $4. This has been sitting for a little bit. So this weekend I took a best offer of 15. I had it listed for 25. Just wanted it to move. So Carhartt, be careful with what you pick up. This is a good size too. It's a perfect item for this season. It's a like a sweater Henley, but it just sat in my store, so I took a best offer. Have you ever considered selling on Instagram to cut the fees? Have I ever considered selling on Instagram? Like I can even do it on Facebook if you're asking, like just doing a live and like doing the, like, if you want this, comment claim, and then I look through all my DMs and look for the claims and then charge them PayPal shipping. Have I thought about that? I mean, I've thought about it, but it doesn't make any sense. It would take too long to build. And Whatnot already has like minimal fees. I'd rather just sell on Whatnot, to be honest. I'm excited about some estate sales this weekend. I've been hoping people won't go because of the weather. And I can have these houses to myself. Nice. Weather. It's nice here. I'm about to go to the pool later today, 100%. Sorry for those of you who are dealing with bad weather, but I'm ready for a pool day, another pool day, because this last couple days have been crazy. I told Kayla tomorrow we're kind of taking it easy tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to go crazy again, and then kind of take Monday and Tuesday are going to be like our slow days. Peter Millar pants, another item that has been listed forever. Got an offer of $17 for this, took it. It's a men's 42. I don't pick up these basic Peter Millar chinos anymore. This is definitely an older pickup. Now I kind of pass on these and leave them behind. So be very, very careful. There are still Peter Millar pants that sell really well. The EB66s, it says EB66 on the very back. Those are still worth good money. Definitely still pick those up. But the basic chinos, you have to get really, really cheap to buy because I mean, you might get lucky and sell one for 25 every now and then, but typically they're going to sit in your store for a while. So just be careful. Just be careful. All right, that one shipped. Next up, we got a Viella. Great brand to look for. This is an old school one. It's a Viella Gant. This is a wool cotton blend. Anytime I find Viella, I pick it up, especially if it's wool. Actually, no. I only pick it up if it's wool cotton. I will not pick up a regular cotton Viella shirt. Usually I'll leave those behind because they're only $20 sellers. But anytime they have a wool cotton blend, I will pick them up because they usually sell very fast. This one's a good one too. It's a nice buffalo plaid, perfect for this time of year. Sold for full price for 30 bucks over on Poshmark. Have you ever thought about creating an ebook or a guide for us for thrifters? Have I thought about it? Of course. But I'm really big on just giving out the information for free. I don't really want to be... What did I just do with that? Did I just move that label? Where did I put that label? There it is. I'm really big on giving out the information for free. If I do an ebook or something like that, there's no way I could take the time to create the ebook and then also do it free. What's up, Reselling Dad? There's no way I could do it and make it for free because I'd have to... That's a lot of time invested into that. like bolo guides and things like that. I think there's space for those, but I also think a lot of those are very, very bland information. And I'd rather personally make YouTube videos, and I plan to do a lot more YouTube videos coming in the new year as soon as all this whatnot kind of slows down after the first. I'd rather make a YouTube video and just put that out for free. And I feel like those videos live on forever and I can actually go into detail on certain brands. Whereas an ebook, if I just put Polo Ralph Lauren as a bolo, I have to really like dive deep into Polo Ralph Lauren to show all the bolos within them, and all the stuff to pick up, because there's way more that you pass on with Polo than you actually pick up. And I think too, if you learn, take little bits and pieces from everybody for free, and then use that information and go out there and do a lot of the research yourself, you will actually grow in a better way because you kind of learned alongside instead of just trying to get all the information from one spot. You took it from multiple people and then put it all together and did what works best for you. So that's what I feel. That's how I like to do it. Area jeans, actually these sold like last week and I got a notification that said that I was supposed to ship these last week. I must have just missed it when I was going through my emails. But these area jeans sold for $25. I messaged a buyer back and let him know that this is going to be shipping today. So my whatnot packages are coming today. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go. A lot of your whatnot packages are shipped today, and then some of you got some deliveries from last week too. Whatnot has this cool feature now. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if you're shipping out on Whatnot Door, you're in the chat. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but there's a QR code. As soon as you ship out your order, there's a QR code that pops up on the screen. If you scan that QR code, you can go through and scan all your packages. And this makes it so you don't get a late shipment scan, because a lot of the shipments lately have been slow. So Whatnot introduced this thing where you actually scan them in on your phone. And then as soon as you scan it in, it shows that the item is shipped for the buyer, and it gives them a picture of the tracking that you've actually scanned it. So if you're selling on Whatnot, you might want to take advantage of that. It takes a little bit extra time to go through and scan all your packages, but it also gives you that reassurance that you've actually shipped, and the buyer gets reassurance that you actually shipped. So you're not getting any more late shipment dings. Because even though I ship in one day, I still have like 10 packages that have late shipments because the post office didn't scan them. So that's a way to mitigate it. So those of you who sell on Whatnot, you might want to try it. Built a similar light box that have out of PVC pipe and reflective roll insulation. Built it wider, waiting for the backdrop and diffuser fabric, and it'll be ready. Thanks for showing us. Nice, let's go. Hey, if you're a handy person, you can not only make that, you can make a better one, but cheaper too. That's really cool. I'm not handy, so I don't ever make stuff like that. Last posh sale is a Kenny Flowers shirt, another great brand to look for. This is a short sleeve like Hawaiian shirt, still sold for $25, even though we're in the middle of winter. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I bought a Johnson Murphy bomber jacket, leather for $10. When I did the check pricing, it was going for $99 used, and I listed it, and then had this guy offer me $49, and of course I rejected it because I had just listed it, and I said no. He told me I would never sell it. Well, let me just tell you, it sold for $89, laughing out loud. Yeah, you gotta love those people that, you know, comment to you and like, this item will never sell. Fun fact. I put out a photo post yesterday about Robert Graham shirts. I picked up a 4XL Robert Graham shirt. If you look at that comment section, it's flooded with people that said Robert Graham doesn't sell. Robert Graham doesn't sell. Robert Graham doesn't sell. Doesn't sell anymore. It's a dead brand. It's a dying brand. It doesn't move. You know, all the excuses. We have Robert Graham's going out today that I'm going to show you that I'm shipping. That Robert Graham shirt, the key to that shirt is it's a men's 4XL. It's a men's 4XL. It's a flip cuff. It has a plaid pattern, which is more basic, but then underneath it, it has a paisley pattern, like all through it. Those are what you're looking for. The paisleys, people like Robert Graham guys like the paisleys. But because it's a 4XL, if you do your research on a Robert Graham men's 4XL long, just put in Robert Graham long sleeve shirt and filter for 4XL. It's like a 70% sell-through rate on just 4XLs. So it completely changes the playing field when you add in certain things on a Robert Graham shirt. So just keep that in mind. That shirt's going to probably sell in like 2 weeks. I'm going to list it for $69.99 and then I'll make an update post. But yeah, those people that say things don't sell, I think a lot of people too have trouble selling things. It's because their cover photos just don't pop. With a Robert Graham shirt, you want your cover photos to pop. I'll show you some of the cover photos later on in this live to show you like how I take my photos, but I think that's really key. If you're just taking your photo of a Robert Graham shirt on a back wall with a white backdrop and snapping a photo from far away, your item's not going to pop as much as if you take a nice cover shot of your Robbie G. So Was it a new shirt? Was what a new shirt? The Robert Graham that sold this weekend? No. The one that I picked up yesterday? No, it wasn't. It was a pre-owned shirt, but it's a 4XL. Does men's or women's clothes sell better for you? Both sell really well. Just depends on the brands. Lately, we've been selling a lot of men's clothing because Kayla's been home taking care of Joey, Thanksgiving breaks and all that stuff. The kids have been home, so we haven't been picking up much women's because I don't really try to pick up women's when I'm at the thrift store. But both sell well. Both sell well. Just bought a James print through your link. Really like it so far. Was just taping label. Was just taping the label to the package. Yes, Jaden's are so nice. And the labels, Lisa, you'll find out that you're not paying as much for ink, and the labels are super duper cheap. Buy them in bulk too. So if you can buy like 20 packs of labels, I know you probably won't use them for like a whole year, but you get much more of a discount if you buy them in bulk. That's usually what you do. We do. We buy like a whole box of them. So do that if you can. On Surf's community page, some jerk called me C word about me paying $10 for a purple label Ralph Lauren. Blocked him. Yeah, just block that guy. I've over the last month, I've matured in a way where I don't comment back to too many people that are just outraged for no reason. I just block them. How I feel, I was actually thinking about this the other day and talking to somebody about this. I feel like I give out so much free information, and that if you come onto my page just to cause a ruckus, you are way less valuable than I am in that situation because you're coming to my page for free information. So why don't I just get rid of you? Because you don't deserve to be on this page. That's how I feel. So I've gotten a lot like that, Carolyn. So just block them. It's protect your peace. I heard somebody say that before, and protect your peace. Those people are just there to be outraged for no reason. Just get rid of them. Like, to them calling you that because you paid $10 for a purple label is stupid, because I'd pay $10. I'd probably pay $20 for that purple label shirt. Scott Way, and that's a Scott Way. Please never stop going live. You and your wife are so inspiring. Truly appreciate you, Andrea. Appreciate you. Well, as long as TikTok keeps me around. The last year, we finally got it back, but a year before that, I was live banned, so I couldn't even come live. But follow me on all platforms, Facebook and YouTube, because if I ever get banned here again, I'll just keep going live there. Do you know anything about Robert Graham exclusive shirts? Exclusive shirts aren't like super high end. I know it says exclusive on the back tag. The ones you're really looking for are just really bright, vibrant Robert Graham shirts and the limited edition Robert Graham shirts. Exclusive is like, there's Modern America, then there's exclusive, and then there's the normal Robert Graham line, and then there's limited edition. Yeah, so exclusives will still sell if they have a good pattern, but the ones you really want to get are the limited edition ones. Those are the money Robert Grahams. All right, let's start shipping eBay orders. I'm going to open up Shippo. I think I already have it open, which is great. Open up Shippo really quick and ship these out. I have tons of orders, so it's going to take me a second to dig through these. TikTok, I'm going to move you guys. You guys might have a bad angle of me, but I'm going to keep you guys over there for now. I think that'll work. There we go. You guys are going to have the side of my face for a little bit, but if you're in front of my screen, I won't be able to see anything. Okay. My whole front page is full, so I got to go to page 2. Page 2. Nope. How do I get to page 2? I've never done this before. I've never had this many orders on Shippo. Okay, I got it. Levi's. Men's Levi's jeans. These sold for $18.39. Again, I have my store on a 20% off sale, so usually these are going for $22.99 or more, but everything this weekend was 20% off. I want to make sure we move some stuff for some good prices. I'm only going to show this once. I really want to get through the shipping fast. I don't want to make this a whole Shippo live, but I'm going to save money shipping these on Shippo as opposed to, actually, I'm just going to move my guys back over here because that's so weird having you guys over there. I'm going to ship these out. What's up, Thrifty Goose? I'm going to ship these out. I'm going to show you on eBay what these are going to cost to ship out, and then I'm going to show you what they're going to cost on Shippo to ship out. Same rates. The only difference is there's one less dimension on Shippo, which helps us save some money. So if you come over to eBay, it's not going to be much of a savings because this person is pretty close, relatively close. They're in Louisiana. But as you can see, it's $6.73 to ship these out on eBay. Oh, hold on. I got to get rid of my, if I make this bigger and then I make this smaller. Nope. Nope. Can I move this? What's going on? Boom. Okay, now you can see it. $6.73 down in the bottom of the screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Shippo. And we're going to plug this in on Shippo and see how much we save. Remember, $6.73. I think it's probably going to be like $6.17 or something like that. So this right here is a choose package, 1 to 2 pound bag is what this is going to ship out in. And then we're going to wait for them to give us our rates. This is a whole different layout, by the way. If you ship on the last like week, you'll see something different. $6.59. So yeah, it's a 20-cent savings, or just under 20 cents, because this person lives pretty close, but still saved almost 20 cents just shipping this out on Shippo. If this person lived in California, usually it's about $1 savings compared to eBay rates, but you can save money. I know a lot of people think you can't with the discounted rates. You can't save any money because eBay already gives you discounted rates, but you can save money on Shippo. And then again, if you sign up through the link in my bio, you get $25 for free after you spend $25. You might as well use it for that and just go get your free 25 bucks. But I'm going to purchase this label and I'm going to ship it out. And the label information will shoot over from Shippo directly to eBay, so I don't have to copy and paste. All that information gets put in right away. And I'm not going to go back and forth between Shippo. There's going to be quite a few orders today that I'm going to save money on Shippo as opposed to shipping on eBay. But I'm not going to bore you guys with all that information. Boom, boom. How do I come in contact with a consignment company? Sandra, so are you asking about like the consignment that we do? We don't do consignment with a company. We do consignment with people just like you. People who watch my shows, watch my lives, watch my whatnots, and they see the prices we get, and they say, hey, I got a bunch of that stuff listed in my inventory, and K-Way's getting good money for it. Why don't I just send him all my Viore, right? And then that's how we get consignment. So it's not through a company. It's all through normal people. Now, I think in the future, we might do not consignment through a company, because that wouldn't make any sense. But I think in the future, we might do some consignment with like wholesalers and stuff like that. People who will cherry pick the best stuff. We already have one that's kind of doing that for us. But yeah, it's not through a company, not through a company at all. It's through normal, everyday resellers like you guys who just want to sell some stuff. Stop by my whatnot shows, stop in and say hi. Thank you so much. Yes, I love that too. Even if you don't buy anything, as long as you're there just hanging out, that helps us for sure. Love the free content. Appreciate you, Betty. I love supporting you along with others who bring value and share knowledge freely. I appreciate that you protect positivity and show what you mean to help us succeed. Of course, just I try not to hang around this guy too much, because he's a little too positive, you know. The Surf's Up guy in my chat, he's just always smiling. You see how I'm like normal, like I'm not always smiling to you guys. I just feel like a lot of his smiles are just fake smiles, you know. I wish he would just frown every once in a while. It's okay to frown, Surfs. You don't have to be so happy all the time. That's one thing. One complaint I have about him is he's just way too smiley. But other than that, he's good. I like it. I like him for everything else, but just a little too smiley. Stop picking on Surfs? No, I don't want to stop picking on him. Amy, you've seen our conversations. You're part of a group conversation. You see what he does to me. You act like you don't see it. No, he's just a happy guy, I guess. He's happy in a. Never mind. Anyways, Robert Graham. Men's Robert Graham shirt. This one's a purple. It's an older Robert Graham shirt. You can tell by the label. It's an all over like geometric print. Not too much going on with this. Just like a geometric print with a stripe. This one sold for $25 plus shipping. That was on the 20% off sale. So I think I took a best offer on this one, $25 plus shipping. But Robert Grahams do sell, as you can see. And I can sign suits and blazers with you. I can't price. Shut up. You don't. You can sell those, Surfs. You just sell those, okay? Speaking of suits and blazers, we have new with tag Ralph Lauren suits and blazers on the way. I'm supposed to be getting a shipment, a pallet, sometime today or tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to come today, but should be coming here pretty soon. So yeah, this weekend show. I don't know. It just depends on when that pallet gets here, but this weekend show should be another new with tag Ralph Lauren, kind of a mixed show, a bunch of new with tags in it. But yeah, we got some suits in that one. I'd kiss you if you're over there. So look at this, guys. Come on. This is harassment. This is workplace. I'm gonna go talk to HR about this. Like this shouldn't be said in any live setting. I would say the other word, what I was going to say, but I'm on TikTok, so I can't say the S word, but it is definitely a form of harassment, which he's doing to me right now. And I do not appreciate this, Surf. So I'm going to talk to HR after this. And I have a lot of witnesses, so you're going to be in big trouble, buddy. 7101. Untuck It, men's Untuck It shirt. This one sold for, how much did it sell for? $18.39. Again, 20% off sale, $18.39 plus shipping. We got over 12 inches of snow yesterday and last night. That's insane. I was at the pool yesterday. I'm gonna be at the pool today too. That's wild. Should I roll a surfs reselling class? Absolutely not. Just imagine your teacher just smiling at you the whole day. Scott, he breathes down your neck and he smiles in your face. It's very, very weird. I'm surprised anybody goes to his classes, to be honest. It's probably why he stopped teaching, because he was that weird teacher. You know, you guys ever had that weird teacher in school? That was him. That was Surfs. So he might have got kicked out, actually. He says he left his job, but I think there's something else that happened there. I'm not going to get into it. I think there was, though. Stop picking on Surfs? No, can't stop picking on him. I can't do it. All right, there's that. There's that. Fast shipping, fast shipping. You know they like flirting. We're not flirting. If we were flirting, you guys would know it. You guys would definitely know it. All right, let's go back to the first page since we're done shipping on that page. Down at the bottom, learning this layout. I'm learning Shippo just like you guys are. Okay, next up, Todd Snyder jeans. I think this is my last pair of Todd Snyder jeans. I picked these up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I forget what I paid for them. I think I paid 25 or 29 a piece, but really good. Todd Snyder jeans at TJ Maxx. Who would have thought? These sold for $60 or $55 plus shipping. Again, these were on a 20% off sale. So 55 plus shipping. 1 to 2 pound bag. These are another item that I will save money shipping on Shippo rather than shipping on eBay because it's over a pound. Anything that weighs over a pound that fits into a bag like this, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to save money on Shippo. It's $7.92 to ship these out. How much percent of your Whatnot sales would you say are resellers versus end users? That I can't really say. It just depends on what show. Like the New With Tag show, I think we had quite a few resellers, but I think the majority of the buyers were end users on that show. On like a midweek show, if we do like a pop-up midweek show, the way I can really tell is how many people are buying multiple items. For example, that New With Tag show, we had the majority of the buyers were buying 1 to 2 items in each one of their orders. We had very, very few people that actually ended up buying like 5, 6. So we have one order that's like 17, but the majority of orders were 1 to 2 items, which means those are most likely natural buyers that are buying those. That's kind of how we can tell. But I think it just depends on the show. Not every show is the same. Not every show is the same. Getting static again? Are you guys getting static again? I can take the mic off. I might have to take the mic off for today. I'm not sure why it's all staticky today. Let me know if it's still staticky and we'll fix it. Next up, Boys North Face puffer jacket sold for $23 plus shipping, plus $10 in shipping. Grab a snack because it's gonna be a long one. Gosh, stupid. Why do we let him in here? Chat, why do we even let him in here? He's only here to harass us. All right, let me stick this in here. Let me know, chat. A little yes. Okay, let me just do a regular. It's the noise is gonna be a little different than what you guys are used to. Okay, you guys should hear me fine now. It's gonna sound a little different than a normal live, but I'm not sure why my mic is becoming staticky. Maybe that's a sign that I need to get a new mic. Maybe that's what it is. I need to get a new mic. I've been wanting to get a new mic, so there you go. Now you should be able to hear me perfectly fine. Let me know if that's better. If it's not, then it's probably surfs causing this to happen. This one's going to ship out for 1 singular pound. I don't think I have a 1 pound bag. I think I have a 1 to 2. That's fine. Okay. Shipping out for $6.59 to ship out this bag. So I charge the buyer $10 in shipping. I'm saving a little bit of money, pocketing the rest. Well, I got to go quick. I'm going to try to get this done by 2:30. I got to get this done by 2:30 because I still got so many orders to ship. Is it better now, chat, or is it still staticky? If it's still staticky, it might actually be the restream that's causing it. Okay. Next up, Polo Ralph Lauren. I can't see past TikTok. Polo Ralph Lauren chino pants. These are 7062. Polo Ralph Lauren. Oh, these are chino shorts. Never mind. Just khaki pair of shorts. These sold for $19.99 plus shipping. These are also 1 to 2 pounds. So easy to ship. Oh, why did it do that? There we go. 1 to 2 pounds. Throw this in a bag, and this one's going to ship out for $8.59. This must be going over like Cali or something, because that's really expensive shipping. There's that. Boom, boom. Buy one label. Facebook clear, YouTube static. Okay, then maybe it's YouTube. I don't know why. Why would YouTube be staticky? But maybe it's just the restream, the way it linked. It's just staticky. That's okay. I might actually speed through this and just show you guys what's sold, and I'll ship these out afterwards. So I feel like this is going to be a lot faster. So let's do that. Let's show you, since we are getting some static and I have to move quick anyway. This will be better for you guys anyway. So I'll go on my eBay orders and we'll just scroll through these. I'll show you guys what's sold because I got to get the rest shipped out. Yeah, I got to get the rest shipped out. So first order, Psycho Bunny, men's Psycho Bunny 3XL polo shirt. This one sold for $27.99 plus shipping. This had a small stain on it. We had the other ones listed for like $40 to $45. Those sold very, very fast, but this one had a small mark on the front, listed a little bit lower, and then it sold with the 20% off sale. Next order was Polo Ralph Lauren quarter zip. If you find these, pick them up because these are selling like hotcakes. This is an older listing too. Sold for $19.99 plus shipping. Had it listed for $25, but had that 20% off sale. This one sold for $23.99. This is a men's size 3XB Ralph Lauren long sleeve. You guys are going to see lots of Ralph Lauren that sold this weekend. 3XB long sleeve sold for $23.99. We got a Brooks Brothers shirt. Older listing, lots of old stuff sold, which is great. This one sold for $19.99 plus shipping. Nothing crazy about this one. No logo on the front. Just a nice striped Brooks Brothers, $19.99. Next up, Ralph Lauren. This is a men's size medium buffalo plaid Ralph Lauren shirt. $22.40 is what that one sold for. Next order, another Ralph Lauren. Tons of Ralph Lauren. Polo Ralph Lauren shirt hoodie, $19.99 plus shipping, full price sale. That's just because of the 20% off. Another one, Lululemon men's quarter zip hoodie. This one sold for $31.99 plus shipping. Vineyard Vines men's jeans. I don't pick up too much Vineyard Vines anymore, but I still will pick up the jeans if they're cheap enough. This one sold for $19.99 plus shipping. Got a Brooks Brothers Madison pink shirt. This one sold for $18.39 plus shipping. I shouldn't say plus shipping on everything. You guys already know it's plus shipping. Carhartt, I just listed these. I probably shouldn't have put these on sale because I know these are going to sell fast. These sold for $19.99. These are Carhartt flannel line jeans. Always pick up the flannel lines if you can find them, especially this time of year. They're going to move really well. AG Men's brand new with tag jeans. I picked these up retail arbitrage for $20. They sold for $45. This is an item that sat for a while. I got a best offer and just decided to take it. I don't pick up too many of these, but this is a Visconti black. This is a Robert Graham. This would be easily like an $80 shirt, but Visconti's not as followed as Robert Graham. This one only sold for $20 plus shipping. Speaking of Robert Graham, remember, Robert Grahams don't sell. Don't pick them up. They don't sell. This crazy patterned Robbie G sold for $46 plus shipping. Yeah, remember, Robert Graham doesn't sell. All the people in my comments from yesterday's post, Robert Graham doesn't sell. There you go. Robert Graham sells. Hudson men's jeans. These sold for $26.39. Next up, another Polo Ralph Lauren, or actually just a Ralph Lauren piece. This one sold for $19.99. Again, if you're just hopping in, I had my store on a sale this weekend, so that's why my prices are a little bit lower than normal. But I was trying to move some stuff for Black Friday. Brand new with tag, men's Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, $55.99. Uh-oh, Trisha's here. The Jags fan is here. The Jags are here. $19.99 plus shipping. Men's Polo Ralph Lauren chino pants. If you find these in thrift stores for like $4 to $5, grab them. They always move fast for me. This was just listed last week and it already sold for $19.99. A couple more orders. A couple good orders too. Basic North Face piece. I had somebody left me a huge message. This guy, I hope he's watching. This guy, he comments on all Chris's stuff. He comments on all my stuff. And I finally had to block him. He was telling me, left me a huge message in my DMs about how North Face doesn't sell, about how the people that bought the North Face packages off of us are never going to make their money back because all the North Face that I sold only sells for $5. Here's a basic North Face fleece, sold for $20 plus shipping. That's basic, like super basic. Yeah. Anyways, Rally denim jeans, great brand to look for. Always look for Rally denim. These were the Workshop Jones fit pants. I looked these up. Really, really great sales on these. These were on a 20% off sale. I took a best offer of $70 on these. I think I paid $5 or $6 for these at a thrift store. I think I found those at Red, White, and Blue for $5 or $6, which is wild. Ralph Lauren, another Ralph Lauren, just basic Ralph Lauren shirt, sold for $19.99 plus ship. This is a Carhartt, kind of like a scrub top in a men's 5XL. This one sold for $22 plus ship. And then last sale, another Polo Ralph Lauren piece. These are a men's 2XB pair of joggers. Picked these up at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I think I paid $15 a piece for these, and this one sold for $47.99. I only got one more pair left. That one should probably sell within the next couple weeks. And then we'll be sold out of those. And those are all the orders that I have this weekend. I apologize for all the static. If you're listening, you got some static over there. But just sped through all the sales. I'm going to get to packing these up. I got to eat some lunch and then finish shipping out the Whatnot show so we can get all the orders out for this weekend. So appreciate you guys, everybody who came out to both Whatnot shows. It was a bunch of fun. Go Jags. No, don't go Jags. Actually, they play the Colts this week, so do go Jags. I hope they beat the Colts. Appreciate everybody who came out to the Whatnot show this weekend. Remember, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a giveaway show. We're going to have crazy giveaways for that show, kind of like a thank you to everybody who follows us and then everybody who buys from us on the Whatnot. So it's not only for Whatnot audience, it's going to be for everybody. I'm going to make sure I put out a post later today about that, or tomorrow when we actually go get the items. It's going to be lots of goodies, lots of gift cards, lots of like high-end electronics. We're going to go spend a bunch of money. It's all going to come from our pockets, and to say thank you for you guys who come and support. So make sure you bookmark that show, and then we have a show on Friday, Saturday this week, so make sure you bookmark those. Next 2 weeks of shows are going to be pretty crazy up until probably like the 16th, 17th, and then we're going to cut shows off. So yeah, come out to all the upcoming shows. I appreciate you guys hanging out.